Hello and welcome to the Unofficial Controller Podcast, your weekly gaming podcast, episode number 322 with me, George, and this week joined by returning Bobby and OG. Boys from the hood to my probably HMS hood, 16 fathoms down. Gentlemen, the young cool kids of the show, the young dynamic fathers. How are you both? OG, last week you got your turn in the barrel. Park it, sunshine. Bobby,
Usher.
hang on, wait. Oh, every week. YouTube, look, calm down, because we're going to bring you state of play news. Okay? We're going to bring you Xbox Series X crushing sales numbers somewhere news. And we're going to bring you Elden Ring coming to the Switch news. So sit down, park yourself, get comfortable. While I ask these gentlemen how they're doing, first of all, as I was about to say, I'm contractually obliged to ask Bobby, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Really good.
Good week?
Great week, yeah.
Life is treating you well. So now
Yeah.
I turn to my other flesh and blood, OG, and say, OG, you having a good week?
I am, apart from I've just looked down there my feet and the boys have the Lego Lion Knight castle and it's been looks like it's been sacked by some very savage barbarians. The drawbridge is like hanging off and the battlement has come tumbling down. There's carcasses of Lego soldiers everywhere. There's some kind of eagle character as well who's just laid in the water with a crocodile next to him.
May I interject at this moment because I feel that I'm partially responsible for this because over the weekend
You did, yes.
I took a trip round to OG's to see to spawn his mini-me's. They're both lower than sort of waist height, so they're quite influenceable. And I turned up with probably about, I would say, for a grown man, 5,000 calories in a bag. I proceeded to force feed said calories to Tom's spawn, DDT them a couple of times, get them revved up to the point of nearly tears, and then I left.
You
Sounds
have
like a
no
great job.
idea how long it took to get them to calm down. There was tears. There was tears because you had left, and Arthur was still going. There's still stuff I've not shown Uncle George. And yeah,
Well,
but never mind, another time.
as one of our paternal grandmothers would say, if you don't go, you can't come back.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I've got an update from the community that even though we've been raised in the same household, it's a little shocking and controversial to them that they were surprised you didn't know that one of these was one of these. So there's been a whole fan furore about your lack of knowledge about Dead and Live, and people didn't even need to go to the YouTube to know exactly what I was doing.
I had no idea what you meant.
Okay,
No,
that was probably
it was lost on me.
Oh, it's an Uncle Guru move, I think, if anything.
Pure unk status right there.
Absolutely. Let me ask you, men. What have you been playing? And yeah, OG, your contract's up for negotiation, so we're going to go to Bobby. Bobby, what's going on in your gaming world, dear friend?
I got the platinum for Hades 2.
Oh my good God.
Yeah, really enjoyed that a lot. There's so much more to do apparently, but I mean, at 70 hours in, I'm that's it for me. That's pretty good. Nothing I really can do else in that game. I'm almost done with that Defend 9 Lives Defend.
Oh yeah.
I have like 2 more trophies, and that's done. And then I continued my Lego Batman journey.
How's that setting in for
I
you?
love it. I just got, well, spoilers, fast forward 10 seconds. I just found my dad's car in the Batcave. And I just took it, we painted it black and we're out. So let's see where that goes. I put it on rest mode because I was about to pass out last night, 2 in the morning.
Okay.
So when I turn it back on, it'll be right where I left it.
That's one thing I never quite knew what to make of rest mode on the PS4, but on the PS5, like
Oh,
I get it. It works and
it
really
works
well.
fantastic. Yeah.
There's a lot to be
Are
said
there
about these.
are there multiple playable characters in this, Bobby, like the Bat family,
Oh my God.
Robin and
Yeah.
Nightwing?
Apparently, you always have a buddy with you as your two player. So
Yep,
right now it was me and Alfred. Before it was me and Talia al Ghul.
nice.
And I think when it opens up for my brothers from watching him, I think you can pick like Batgirl, Nightwing, different costumes, Commissioner Gordon. So there's
That's
always
cool.
a player too. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and you can switch through them.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You
cool.
hold the down button and you switch characters. But I
Yeah.
don't know if it's like where it was in the free play, you just pick random, like the whole box set of characters. I think you're limited to Batman and just a friend,
Mm.
which is works out again. It's fine. It's not a typical Lego game where you got to beat the level. They beat the level on free mode, and I just think it's open world, like from what I'm understanding. So
Yeah,
let's see
that's
how it
really
goes.
good.
Yeah, but so far so good, man. I really enjoy it.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else, or is that you? Is that you tapped out?
Yeah. I got the arcade archives of Splatterhouse.
Oh yeah.
So I beat that game for like the 20,000th time. I love that game. So
Nice.
I knocked that out last night, and then I played Batman, and then realized it was 2 in the morning. So oh my god! And then my son woke up. So I'm like, oh no, no, I'm really tired. But it
Yeah,
worked. It worked out. It worked out.
you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
OG, come on, take a seat. Let's address it. Your professional curiosity. What you got, sir? What you been playing?
Um, I downloaded the Onimusha demo, recently released, after the state of play, and I finished it in sort of one sitting. It took me about an hour, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really, um, impressed. It felt very different to some people. Oh, it's Souls-like. It's not Souls-like at all. I
Mm.
wouldn't compare it to that. I think it's just the go-to thing of comparison these days. The controls felt
Well,
the
prior to that, it was like Ninja Gaiden was the comparison, wasn't it?
yeah, it plays a little bit more tanky. Like it's no sort of quick movements and um, well, there sort of is, but without spoiling too much. It's just um, it took the muscle memory quite some time to get over the block is the square button, which feels odd. Block and parry are square. Heavy attack is triangle and light attack is circle. I might have got that the wrong way around, but an X is like a sort of dodge or a strafe to one side. You've got the gauntlet obviously to absorb the souls as per the old one. And yeah, it's a very generous demo. I felt like I really enjoyed it. It's pushed me to like I was verging on pre-ordering that, but I think I'll pick it up now for definite in that very stacked September month, which we'll get to in the news. But yeah, it's it plays very well. It was a little easy, if anything, but I was sort of reading some previews and stuff, and a lot of people said demos are usually easier than they don't want to punish people straight away, I don't think so. I think it will have hopefully a relatively um decent
Was it a vertical
difficulty.
slice demo, or is it basically just the first part of the game?
It was, yeah, it was thrown into what I presume is a little bit further on in the game, because you've already got the gauntlet and there's not. I think it quite nicely gives you like a little paragraph of where he's at, Miyamoto Musashi. He's at this point in the game, and it gives you a bit of background.
That's cool.
I think that's really cool. They've gone with like a real life um, samurai and someone who some people might know about. I think that's really interesting. I do hope we see maybe the protagonist from the old one, some Summonusuke. It'd be quite cool if we have a bit of a nod back to that. Maybe they want to start again and go. It still felt like Onimusha, but obviously it's been some time. The enemies are really well designed, and the other thing I thought as I was playing it was it reminds me of if you took Resident Evil and made it like a feudal Japan samurai game.
It's bizarre you say that because that's exactly what it was meant to be.
Ah,
I
so
think it
yeah, because
was
if you look
part
at
of a. It was meant to
yeah,
be like a Resident
Really?
Evil 1.5. I know Devil May Cry had that as well attached to it, but
yeah.
I'm sure Omonushi had something similar attached to
Well,
it as well.
if you look
Oh.
at Onimusha, the like fixed camera, the way the movement
OG on
is
PS2, yeah,
very similar
and
to
that
old
first
style
one
Resi.
would be interesting to hear your take on it because I think during maybe the first run of the show or the second series of the show, they actually re-released it for PS4.
Oh,
The
did
first
they?
one, yeah, but they'd kind
Yeah.
of remastered it and smoothed a couple of the hard edges off, but not
I seem
all
to
of it.
remember having it on Xbox original, and
Hmm.
then I had my brother played two, and I played three on PlayStation 2.
Was Jean
Love,
Reno.
yeah, I love three. It was a great idea. It was a bit odd to have like a sort of future setting and a past setting, but it worked really well. So I'm very excited for that. The other things I've been playing, we tried Donkey Kong. The boys have been here this evening, and we tried Donkey Kong 64.
Oh God,
Um,
no, no. I'm not ready for
mm,
this, am I? I hated it.
no, they liked it. They wanted to carry on playing a bit more, but I had to go get ready for the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might play a little bit more of that.
This
I think they,
crystal white tea ain't gonna iron itself, boys. And since
yeah.
I killed the Filipino housemaids, Daddy's got to do a little bit of summon himself.
Um, yeah, you've lost me there. They thought you could choose each character straight off
Yeah.
the bat.
Yes.
So I said, no, we've got to try and unlock them as we progress. And yeah, I don't know if it's weird. Like the frame rate, obviously, it feels quite sluggish, and the camera isn't bad, but it's not. You get so used to modern games.
Oh
It's
yeah.
yeah, it's a
Oh
big
yeah.
change, isn't it?
Big
Then
time.
then I was just getting ready. They played some Mario Kart World, which I remember RGT talking about a few weeks back, and admittedly, like it's probably not been as well received as 8. That seemed to do really well on the Switch One when it got re-released from the Wii U version.
Yeah.
Um, it's still very popular, I believe, in the multiplayer world. But I like World. I think it's good. It's very well made. It's like really solid graphically. Um, it looks it looks the business really. But I do wonder whether they got to 8 and just so limited. That open world is just checking you can hear me okay.
Yes, mate. I was listening
Excellent.
outside.
That's all right, no problem. Um, yeah, I think it's just putting that free roam in and not really make it doesn't feel that full. That's its biggest downfall, I think. And hopefully we'll get some DLC for it. We'll see maybe next week.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah,
Um. Well, if that's you, gentlemen, all maxed out, I
it
ought
is.
to regale you with my drivel. Last week you had some really great advice for the gamer. Go get the demo of Ball X Pit, see if you like it. Ever one to listen to the buying advice on the UCP? I just bought it. Um, I quite like the game. I'll be honest with you. It's very much in the vein, you said Balatro last week. It's very much in the vein of all those other ones that they're not the same game, but Balatro, Vampire Survivors, Vampire Crawlers are very much
You
maybe
just kind
what,
of want to keep going, don't you?
yeah, just maybe one more go.
Yeah.
Ball X Pit, I think I'm probably going to rest after this because I feel like my vision is across about a million different things. I don't quite know where to be. Like I hear these things on the show, like I'll have a look at that. Oh God, that's a bit good. What about Vampire Crawlers? That's also very good. So Ball X Pit. We're late to the party. I'm late to the party. I know everyone else has played it, raved about it, but it's a fun little title. It's a like a ball bouncing, wall breaking game. It's not really though. You're basically just whamming these projectiles out yourself and hoping for the best, to be honest. Every now and then you pick up the sort of XP on the floor, a bit like Vampire Survivors, and that levels you up and levels you up and levels you up, and you have to keep trying to get your new weapons most effective. It's fun. As OG said last week, once you've finished a run, you end back up at base where you can invest the coins in expanding it and all that sort of drivel. I'm early days with it, but I think it's pretty cool. Looking forward to playing a bit more of that. Um, I think I played some more Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I don't have any like high tales of medieval fantasy for you this week. I haven't got any benders or any priests, at least not that I remember. I did have to go back somewhere and check the town records to see if his accomplices had been into any nefarious stuff. There they had. So I'm a little bit closer to solving all that. I suppose the one everyone wants an update in is Knights of the Old Republic on the Switch. Yes. I've got through the Starforge. Got a little bit crazy. I remember the old Xbox ways. Just run away, deselect an enemy and run away. Regroup your team. Sometimes they survive, they regenerate, and then they kind of knock a little bit of damage off as they try and get loyalty to your side, and then you can just throw them back in the pit again. We grinded through what felt like a never-ending stream of Dark Jedis, and I wasn't sure I was going the right way. And then a cutscene half played while I was still fighting. I thought, thank goodness for broken old KOTOR. I'm nearly there. Walked round the corner, opened the door. There's Bastila. Now, in the playthrough I've gone with, like, I'm in love with this girl and she's in love with me. But I tell you what, the dark side makes no difference because I'm saying to you, I love you, Bastila, and she's like, yeah, okay. And then I've beat her every single time, but when I get a bit further, I died. So I've been through this section quite a few times. I've played this woman every single which way you can imagine. Like, let's be friends. No, each time it ends with like, okay, I'll drop my guard, and that'll prove to you I trust you. Her end comment every time is, "What an idiot!" And then we go at it. And I'm afraid I have to murder her. I mean, there's no other way around it. It's an OG Xbox game, of course I do. After that, I got quite brave, walked into the next room, walked to the door. There he is, Revan. He's got two guys force choked behind him. Then he kind of just drops them dead on the floor. He's badass. Don't forget he's missing half of his jaw. That's why he wears that little mask. He's not got COVID. He's got no lower jaw. From there, I proceeded to have to fight some robots. The weird thing about KOTOR is, and I've only just learnt this after many years of playing it, you can deselect to fight. And I was like fighting these robots, trying to get to the terminal to turn it off. But every time I got to the terminal, I couldn't engage with it. And I was like, absolutely up the wall. Like, what the hell? I don't want to fight Bastila again. Guess what you are? I'll save it this time. This time I actually managed to interact with it and actually get these things to generate robots to help me instead of attacking me, which was great. Cleared it up in no time, got through to the main man. That's tough. That's super tough. Because as you can imagine, I've used every medical device, including plasters I found on the wall, to get me this far. I've walked into the main guy. There's no shops. There's not been shops for hours. And it's me versus him, mano a mano. Except he can heal from he's got a load of dead Jedi strapped in these machines. Unfortunately, the only way to advance the next section is to kill all the dead Jedi. I don't know how you kill someone twice, but you do in KOTOR. You kill him, and that stops him being able to regenerate. But even then, I tell you what, it's tough. So what I'm going to try is the ode Benny Hill stroke stab from afar routine. I'm hoping this is going to kind of get me through because it's one-on-one with the main man. And I'm hoping that I can just take out Malik or whatever it's called down relatively quickly because I can feel my patience fading as the game wears on. Gentlemen, I think I've talked enough about an indie game from a year ago and a Star Wars game from damn near 20 years ago. But while I've got your attention, it's time for the news. Let's scour the very darkest regions of the internet to bring you the latest stories. First up, don't think we won't talk about it. Don't panic. We warned you at the top. We're telling you now. I just need to find the right window on my machine because I'm post 40. I think that's pretty obvious. Poof. Watch the listenership just decimate. Oh, God, we thought you were cool. Sorry, kids. It's not true. In a story over on Push Square, We've got a roundup of what was announced in Sony's State of Play live stream for June 2026. Liam Croft has given up his, I think he's been doing some of that crochet. He's had to rest that. He's actually had to get his journalistic chops out because there's been some news this week, and no doubt next week as Summer Games Fest lumbers on. Gentlemen, here it is. Sony has kickstarted the summer season of gaming announcements with a major State of Play live stream that, in the build-up, promised over an hour of PS5 news. On the other side of that show, we're here to run you through every single reveal from the showcase. Here we go then. Gentlemen, feel free to chime in as I say these things. God of War Alfie is the next main entry in the saga, coming soon to PS5. Gentlemen, thoughts on God of War Alfie? Because that's gone over well in some circles, and it's gone over like a dose of the pox in others. What's your take? Bobby, you're a big God of War fan. Let's come at you first, sir.
No, it looked interesting from what I saw. Um, Basically from the trailer and they're talking about it, takes place right after she's buried,
After
or
she's,
from she's burned in
yeah,
the
cremated.
pyre. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which is cool. And then there was a video on TikTok I just saw like before the show started of when Kratos was fighting Thor, and then he kind of died. And you have to like keep hitting X to bring him back to life.
Hmm.
They put a side by side panel of Kratos helping his wife holding his hand, and then she said, "Go," and then he wakes up from that dream and he disappears in
Yeah.
her game. So that was
Mm,
pretty cool.
that is
If
well
it
So
cool.
if it truly links in like that, that's going to be really.
yeah, that
It's going to
is
give. It's going to be great.
yeah. Now is it true? I don't know, but I mean, it was pretty cool video either way. But I'm interested in it. Um, the gameplay looks more action, fast paced, as we
Mm.
talked about. Got
Yeah.
with Kratos being so slow, so hopefully that helps it. You know, like as far as gameplay goes. Story looks interested. There's other gods in there, which is pretty cool. Maybe it'll open it up to other God of War games. I mean, there was rumors about making a God of War game without Kratos, but that didn't happen. So maybe not with this. They can God of War, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then so let's see. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. So it'll probably be a day one buy for me.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
you're all in. A little
Yeah.
bit of extra sort of update on that. It's apparently a lot closer than any of us ever could consider. So I don't know whether that means a pre-September drop or post-Wolverine drop. I think they'd certainly say if it was pre, or whether that means it's sort of very early next year. Who knows? OG, what did you make of all this God of War Alfie stuff going on? Did
I've
you
got a
see
little
the,
bit.
did you see the cube?
Yeah,
Did you see the cube?
yeah, I did see the
You
cube,
see you saw
the
the
uh,
cube.
the gelatin GameCube.
Yeah.
Um, Frank.
Is that Frank? Okay.
I've got quite a little bit to say on this because um, it's obviously proved quite um diverse amongst gamers. I think one thing I just want to touch on before we get too far is the coming soon wish list now coming soon. What to me, I think we might even see it before Christmas.
That's what I'm suggesting.
I think they're hang fire. They're just holding on. I wish GTA would just get a trailer and get going because well, we know a release date. It's the 19th, isn't it, of November? That's confirmed as it stands. Just just bring it out. Have confidence in your thing. Like that time of year, like most gamers maybe can push the boat out, get a couple of games.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And for me, I think it looked the yes, all right, we only saw 20 minutes of it, but it looked finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, when that loaded up and it there was a bit where they very briefly cut back to Ragnarok and it was Kratos stood next to Brock. I was like, I was looking at the screens like that looks like God of War 2018. Oh no, it's Ragnarok. The difference, the fidelity of the new one, Lao Fei looked phenomenal. It looked really, really nice. And the movement, the sort of animation in her hair and clothing and armor,
Mm.
really nice. And I know very briefly talk about the fact that sadly some of this was leaked. And I'd read about that, and as soon as he goes, we've got one last game to show you, and it came up, I was like, oh, I kind of know what it is, and the music played. I was like, here we go. I just sometimes think the leaks are so damaging. Imagine if you didn't know that and you sat there and it was your type of thing. It would blow you away. And I feel like the leaks and rumors stuff, it can be really damaging to big reveals. And you can see why the developers get really upset about it. There's a
I don't want to destabilize you from the platform that you're currently standing on, OG, but you are one of the most rabid rumor chasers,
Oh, I am.
gossip mongers that the
Yeah.
show nor the industry has ever known.
I think it's like my algorithm obviously on YouTube tends to steer me in the direction of some of those channels where they're
Absolutely.
making they're making content every day. Like the Nintendo Direct one is just getting silly now. There's videos every day. Oh, we know the date. We know this. It's like you know nothing.
Yeah.
You just have rumors and you're throwing enough stuff at the wall until it sticks, and then you can go, I told you, I am a prophet. I knew
Okay.
it was coming. But anyway, back to Lao Fei. Um, I think we'll see some of the Greek pantheon in there because technically a lot of them are dead, and
Yeah.
this is the afterlife of. Apparently, it's the afterlife of the gods and any
Yeah.
magic and any magic using people from those mythologies. So could potentially see, well, spoilers, Brock, um, Sindri's brother.
I think
I
this.
mean, we could see Thor, obviously.
I
Depends
just think
how.
that they've set themselves up here for like a just a God of War universe in a way.
Yeah.
This was the way in to them unlocking all of that older stuff again if they choose to, or using this as a
Yeah,
like a alternate universe spin-off take on X. Okay,
But
we're
that's
gonna
what I
we
go.
felt.
Yeah,
I
I
felt
mean,
like that's exactly what they was. How can they not get rid of Kratos, but create other God of
yeah,
War games, but without
yeah.
controversy? Well, now if you made this universe where all the gods are here, then there you go. And
I
I
mean,
honestly was shocked because I had no idea about the leaks. So when
I
I
think I
saw
feel.
that, I'm
Oh,
like, where
that's
did this
good.
come from? You know?
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
mean, I feel like obviously in God of War 2018, I think you find Tyr's room and he's got um sort of relics and things
There's
from the
suggestions of this wider connection, isn't there? They hinted
yeah,
at. I think it was in both of them, very obviously. To be fair,
yeah. So whether he plays a part, it's obvious. Like, is there going to be any point? Most of the people in this afterlife are going to be characters who, in the lore, are already dead. But yeah, I think that's great. Like, there's the Mongolian God of War, the big fire
Yeah.
guy in the trailer, the Egyptian one, um, and obviously they look over at that telescope thing or observatory, and like obviously from what you can gather, they're all at war with each other, which is quite cool. And sort of Faye's going to be stuck in the middle of that. And what are your guys' thoughts on the two new characters, the sort of sidekicks?
before we get to that, you raised some good points. Like, you know, who else are they going to post into this sort of wider universe? I mean,
Or Ra?
a lot of the characters that we kind of know now could end up in there. The whole universe could shift to this god afterlife, and it wouldn't really make a blind bit of difference, in my opinion, now. And then you've got them all able to interact with each other. I don't know if this is the ultimate end destination of where it's going to go, but we'll see. In terms of the sidekicks, we're talking about the cube and the little fluffy thing.
Yeah, the ribbon. Oh, apparently the sword is. A lot of people are saying it looks like it could potentially be Excalibur, which would be interesting.
Again, it's one of those strange times where not a lot is known, and an awful lot of
People making stories in their own mind.
eggs.
That's the best way,
Exactly.
man.
It is the best way, and then
And then
we
be
play it and realize,
absolutely blown out and disappointed it's not the game you imagined for the last 12 months. Let's skip on. Let's do a couple of these quick time. Well, this one probably quickly. 11 years later, Until Dawn is official and coming to PS5 in 2027. Gents, a little bit of a different take. I do believe Fire Sprite are in the driving seat for this one. So, like a, what are we going to get? Did this game story need to be told, or have we had it a million times over in Man of Medan and all those other Dark Picture anthologies already? Bobby, what's your thoughts?
I mean, with horror movies, it's you can break it down to yes, a few subgenres, like slashers or ghosts or demons, so you're almost gonna tell the same story regardless of what you're trying to do. Like it's very hard to be surprised in a horror movie. Um, but I feel like Until Dawn was great.
Hmm.
It was one thing and then it flipped to the other. It like switched halfway through, which was like surprising. But what you really, I was surprised that it was a freaking Wendigo. I had no idea. But I really thought it was interesting. So I'm looking forward to what they are gonna do with Until Dawn 2. I feel like all the other ones that they made were good, but they weren't like they didn't grab me like Until Dawn did.
No, there was
Like Man
something
of Medan,
special.
like yeah, they were. Don't get me wrong, they were fine. Like nothing wrong with them. But they didn't hold the appeal, I guess, Until Dawn. So now with the sequel, I mean, I'm excited to see it. I definitely want to play it. Is it going to be a day one for me? I don't know yet. Uh, Until Dawn, the first one was an immediate purchase. I
I feel
wouldn't
like
mind.
Until Dawn, the first one, though, it had that kind of teen feel about it. This one kind of does. And I think where, like, Man of Medan, none of them really ever followed that sort of route again, not
No,
properly.
no.
So this is a return to that. The trailer hints at the psychologist or whatever his name is who kind of checks in on you and then asks your
Mm-hmm.
opinions. And the game takes different routes
Yep,
based
yep.
on what you interact with him about. I
Did you see the
liked
movie?
of Until Dawn.
Yeah,
What, with real actors in it, or are they?
yeah. The movie. There's a movie Until Dawn.
Is it?
Yeah,
I didn't know about this.
yeah.
OG,
So
have you
basic.
heard about the movie?
I think it's on, might even be on Now TV at the minute. I
Yeah,
do like a good horror, but I'll let Bobby sort of
it
finish.
came out last year. It wasn't like. I mean, it was like pretty much like it was okay. It wasn't like oh my god, it was great. But what they did was they had the Until Dawn. The psychologist is in that movie, and
Oh,
you're in the world of these characters are in the world of Until Dawn, right? With the
oh,
same. So now this looks like it's from the game, from the movie to this. Like they made like a universe about it.
wow.
So it seems pretty. I mean, it looks interesting. Is what I'm saying, But like, I'm happy that they went back to, I guess, the roots of what they were trying to do with the other games.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took so long. I mean, I'm happy they had other ideas with other movies, the games that they did, which I think they're all free on. If you have premium, I think they're all on premium, or
Yeah,
almost all of
I
them.
think they are. Yeah.
So, and then Until Dawn's on there, obviously.
I
So,
suppose the
you,
question I suppose the question for that one is, did we need Until Dawn 2? Did
it's
that
a
actual story? It's a horror. You're absolutely right. It's irritative. It just gives us a kind of take on it and slaps a sequel number on it. But yeah, could they not have called it something else, or is it never going to sell unless it's called Until Dawn because
well,
we're all
that's
that
that
basic?
100% right. Like most horror films that have a franchise, did you need two, three, four, five, six? No, you didn't.
Mm.
But they make money. People are gonna get into it. I mean, even the whole Jason Lives debacle, where it wasn't even Jason Voorhees, that also did phenomenally well, right? So to have a sequel that took this long, I was shocked, but they did it, and I'm sure it's gonna sell. I'm sure it's gonna sell. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I want to day one. Like if I was going to the video store or in the movie theater, I wait for the DVD.
Fair enough.
But
Okay, so it's a wait for Ray.
yeah,
OG,
yeah, yeah.
what did you make of it?
Um, I've never played the first one.
Oh,
Yeah, I enjoyed the trailer. I didn't really know what I was looking at until obviously the title reveal, and then I was like, yeah, it's always piqued my curiosity.
I love
Would you?
how. Can I just say today, in particular, today, you've turned up as like I was going to say Audi, but I think Lidl's Henry Cavill.
Excellent, thank you. Um, and my confidence is going so well.
Oh, that's a
After
compliment, mate.
Let me tell you
show back.
something.
Thank
You
you.
want confidence back? I got you. Last week, I saw you in video I'm like, I need to start working out again, brother. So thanks, man.
He got the
Thanks,
looks.
guys.
I tell you what, he
I
got the looks.
appreciate it.
And I try and pass him a compliment and he still doesn't want it. I mean, I'd take bloody. I will take Sid James pretending to be Henry Cavill right now. I'm saying you're like Liddell's version, and you're like, nah.
Okay.
I mean, I see the moment where you kind of just bop your wrists out and your tash grows a bit longer and you get a pocket on your t-shirt. Is it possible?
It is.
Okay.
Try it. Just boom, boom,
I
flips up. Okay.
Is that his reload he does in Mission Impossible?
That's his reload.
Yeah.
I know
That's his
you've got a
reload.
reload in you. All of a sudden, you're going to be wearing like a white suit when you're like, pow, pow! Like, wait, hang on a minute. What was he?
Maybe I'll practice and build up to it next week.
I think even
Gets the
Tom,
listeners tuning in again, you see.
mate, I think even Tom Cruise decided to make Henry Cavill the living re-embodiment of the Scientology god off the back of that. I mean, how does a real man CGI? It's not possible.
I feel
That
like
was
I feel like Cruz would have been listening to like Henry Cavill rambling on about like Warhammer and his passion for that, and then thinking the Emperor, yeah, maybe, maybe, maybe he's the Emperor of Scientology.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I mean, this show's
Anyway,
done.
this show's done. Back to Until Dawn 2. Is that a type of game I could get a few friends round and we like play through it in is it the length of a horror movie on a run, like a
It,
playthrough?
it'd be a bit longer than that. I think it
Okay.
might, at best. Well, no, it's not to say it's not a party game, but you definitely had to have a round two at least. I think it's more of a kind of couple of
That
mates, a couple on the couch,
yeah,
work through it over 2 or 3
a bit more like
nights.
like a series. You could treat it like
yeah.
That's how I
yeah.
would treat it. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
it rewards that way because I think Until Dawn had a previously on section, the first one as well. I think maybe when you came
Is
back
this
to
going
it,
to
so it's pretty
be
slick.
sorry? Do you think this will be a full price release or are they usually more a sort of
Who
I hate the word budget release,
I'm gonna
but
No,
go
I
there.
think it's going to be full price.
I'm gonna go
okay.
there. Who knows in this modern world? But I think
Yeah,
nowadays we're all chunking down on a full price. And let's face it, it's not always full price monies, but when it launches or goes on sale, park that, boys, because I can feel my blood boiling. My adamantines come straight at me fist because Marvel's Wolverine looks brutal, bloody brilliant in the first proper PS5 gameplay. Um, I'm going to lead on about this one. I've been unsure about this. I've been like, oh, I don't know. I should be getting hyped about this. I like Spider-Man. I like Miles Morales. I kind of hope for more from 2. Let's see what this is all about. And I kind of went into this a little bit, I have to admit, a little bit kind of like unsure. But the gameplay looks solid. It looks damn near done, to be honest with you, looking at what we saw. Um, some of the some of the air moves and juggling surprised me a lot more. It was a lot more present and a lot more Spider-Man traversal in terms of the jumps and the heights and forward momentum than I expected from the character. I did feel that he would be a little bit more visceral and animalistic in the way he approached certain things. But, to me, I'm kind of excited by it. It's been confirmed to be a more kind of linear progression, forward momentum kind of story. OG, what was your take on that? All that Wolverine malarkey?
it's interesting you mentioned the movement because if you look at him as in he is when we see Spidey in a film or the cartoon or whatever, he's swinging about the city. Movement is a massive part of his character.
Yes.
Seeing Wolverine in those first few moments in the trailer it's a bit like you don't see him really do that much in like the
Mm-mm.
X-Men animated series and the films. It's kind of, I mean, I remember the bit where he's running through the woods in Logan and he's like taking guys out, and that was cool. Like it's good, but controlling him around a level is very different to seeing him move about a bit on a screen. Like usually it cuts from scene to scene and he's arrived and he's fighting guys. It's more I was expecting a little bit more of like almost like a 3D Streets of Rage type scenario where he's just going into these smaller environments and
Mm.
Sifu, something like that, where it's But apparently, it is linear story driven rather than open world, which I think is a wise choice. I in my head when they initially talked about it, I was like, what they're going to do, like um, sort of mountainous America, North America,
Well,
or
the trailer
Canada,
kind
or
of the footage that we've seen is displaying a myriad of different environmental areas that this
yeah,
story's going to take you across. Some of them do kind of hint at woods, some of them do
yeah.
hint
I
at
think
industrial city corners. Bobby, in the spirit of moving things along, sir, you last touched Spider-Man 2 and were a little bit jaded by it, a little bit like myself. Are you kind of
mm,
willing to forgive and forget and move on with Wolverine, or are you a little bit cautious that you might get rope-a-doped again?
No, I'm definitely gonna buy this day one,
No
100%.
question.
No,
Okay.
it's my favorite Marvel character, so I have expectations. So let's see how they go, but I'm gonna buy it day one
And
for sure.
and how did you feel in the trailer when you saw like a is it Jean Grey and some other X-Men characters in there? Did that make you feel a little bit like, oh, this is spicy, or are you kind of
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
you
yeah,
expected that?
I was excited to it. Yeah, I mean, definitely with Jean Grey. There's always a love story there with them, so
What was
I'm
really
excited to see
cool
it.
about them was that I kind of saw the Spider-Man mechanics in it, like the special that
yeah,
he
Hmm.
executed, and then there was a couple of times where it was very beautifully animated where he kind of slung a character at Jean and she threw him back and then he speared him and there was a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of interaction between those characters. I thought, oh right, okay, so that'll mix things up a little. Let's say you get as you go through the story, you hook up with a couple of them, and then there's like this next section where your specials are totally different because you're literally co-oping with your partner. Um, there's lots of legs in there and a little bit more variety off the back of that than I expected. I was a little bit nervous it was just going to be one absolute bloodfest of me just ripping people in half from start to finish.
yeah,
Because what else is he going to do? But the fact that you can do some of these, and because of her magic and whatnot, there's more visual flair and graphics on the screen, which I think is pretty cool. It's attention
hmm,
grabbing. It felt a little bit like Ragnarok, where you met as Atreus, you met the witch, and there was all these powders going off. It's not as good as that in terms of visual flair, but it's close. Um, OG, have you got any more to round out there, or shall we go skipping on to the next one? Because
um, yeah. I think I was really impressed with the healing where you see his body heal. I
yeah,
mean,
that was dope.
that was cool.
the suit doing it as well. They've explained like, and I think they're going to want to steer people in the direction of like you're going to have multiple costumes for the character. So maybe there's one that you unlock where it's damaged all the time, and if you want to keep it like that. But yeah, that was a nice little touch, like sealing sort of. I think they were holding the square or X button to um, sort of heal heal his wounds. I just did you guys see Deadpool in the trailer? Was that Deadpool?
Oh, I didn't know. I might be wrong, mate. I
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
mean,
notice
I
either.
think
Yeah,
it might just be me, but there's a guy dressed very much like him if it wasn't him. But I think it's great that they can maybe chuck a few more Marvel characters in there. I don't think it needs loads, but just a few that you can maybe have those double team moves with and who flesh out the story. Yeah, I like the trailer. I think it. I was really curious what it was actually all going to be like and how it was actually going to look when it was real gameplay. Little motorbike section. I mean, it'll maybe
mm,
be similar to Uncharted in terms of the
it
areas
felt it felt
and
like
the
that. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
vibe I got when
hmm,
I think in game you maybe drive to the jump. I don't know. It
yeah,
suggested that you kind of fast forwarded there for the sake of the video. I'll be honest with you, for the sake of gameplay and keeping the story moving along, I'm not against appearing on that thing, fade to black like it did in the trailer, and then you just
yeah,
being up on that thing and jumping on because it's the most next logical point. You don't want to see
yeah,
him like putting his helmet on. Just bear with me a minute. He's
yeah,
starting
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Where's the keys, Gene? Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, all right, now we can go. You don't want that, do you? You just want to be boom, next cut, straight into the gameplay. If that's how it's going to be, let's keep it flashy and moving.
yeah.
We
I
don't
think
want
I
to see
think
him wrestling with a kickstand. That's boring.
I think that's the point of keeping it sort of linear and story driven is to make it feel more cinematic. And I know there was a lot of complaints about some of the games they showed at the state of play being just QTEs and cinematics and stuff. It's like, well, they're just trying to make it a lot of the time an interactive movie, but with really interesting gameplay. Like the point I'm trying to make is like movie quality scenes and cinematics,
Yeah, yeah.
but you're in control of what's happening.
I always hail
I
back
don't always think
to
that's a
when
bad
they
thing.
let you control your player character during a movie in the game, and you're like walking backwards, jumping up and down in mate's face.
Mm.
I mean, great for the freedom, but
Yeah.
my God, you kill momentum like that in a story, don't you? Like,
Mm.
come on, hurry up! I'm ducking up and down in front of like this massive. He's crying, and I'm like, hurry up, come on. So yeah, I think it's probably best to take agency away from the player sometimes. Quick stop here. Sony's got the gorgeous fighter Marvel token, reveals villainous new characters as launch approaches. Um, I mean, I have zero interest in that, so shout up if you have. Nice.
I think that looks very good.
Tom's just
If
lobbing
you
anything anywhere. I'm in that camp. Yep, fair enough. Get off the
it's
fence.
yeah, with the amount of releases though, that one's going to fall by the wayside, I think, for me.
Big time. One thing that perked my eyes up on Stalk, Stuntman Hollywood revives a
Oh, that
PS2 fave
trailer.
for PS5. And you know what? This time they've actually got their hand deep into their pockets and they've added actual movie licenses. So it was great to see Fast and the Furious, to just name a few. I think Mad Max was in there to keep you happy. I think I saw Back to the
Back to the
Future,
Future.
Knight
Yeah,
Rider, there's Miami Vice, I think I might have
yeah.
seen in there as well. So
The way
Stuntman's
it transitioned in that trailer, I was like, this is slick. Whatever it is, I was sort of engaged to what it was going to be.
it was
Didn't
a
expect
it was a
Stuntman, to be
cool
honest.
looking trailer. I wasn't expecting Stuntman. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was a dead franchise. Bobby,
Mm.
I think you've had some Stuntman history, or have I misremembered that?
Yeah, no, me and my boy played it a lot. My friend Alex.
Do you have good memories?
No, I mean, I remember the game being like extremely challenging. I remember that sometimes you had to like you couldn't play the game unless I'm taking a driver until you got the stunt corrected or completed to move on.
That might be right. I think you have.
Like
There
you
was a
have to,
do the stunt the way they say. You can't
yeah,
just sort
yeah.
of dial it in, can you?
Mm-hmm.
There was a similar game that I always wanted as a youngster. I think it was on like 386 PCs called Stunt Island or something, where it was like this open world where you could sort of create stunts. It was a bit like a messaging, if anyone remembers that, but I think it was a bit of a precursor to Stuntman. But
Oh,
yeah, Stuntman came along and it allowed you to copy some similar things on PS2, I think, from memory it was on, maybe Xbox as well. But it was a fun franchise. Nice to see it come back. Rayman's back, only with a modern retelling of Legends,
mm-hmm.
though. This all felt very youth to me. The voice of the Rayman, the talky talk, all of that was a bit like, ooh, crikey. Okay, well, we're all in on it. Are you going to keep an eye on that, boys, or not?
Uh,
Um,
no.
No.
maybe for
But
the
it's good
boys,
for the
might
young.
show
It's
'em
good for the young guys,
yeah.
the young kids. I
You
mean,
say
they
that,
need games too.
I know, but it's also quite
Are they quite
difficult.
challenging?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh, it's definitely hard. Yeah,
they're not a cakewalk.
I mean,
Go for it,
oh, yeah.
Bobby. Go
I
on.
was gonna say no. Like Summer Sly Cooper was pretty hard.
I'm
Some of Spare the
I'm
Dragon was pretty hard too,
without doubt.
especially at that age that it looks like it should be. You know.
Yeah,
Mm.
it should feel like it's just like playing a little cartoon through,
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't it? You shouldn't be crying at 5 years old because the game's too hard. Like mummy's like, "What's wrong?" And she can't help you because she's garbage as well. There
What
was
what
also Dino Crisis, kind of in the Lost Wild, coming out on PS5 in 2027. It's not what you think, though. It's a survival horror game by Annapurna. It's called Lost Wild. It's got lots of Dino Crisis vibes about it. What were your thoughts on that one, boys? Did that grab you?
Not really. No.
yeah, I don't know whether it's too not action centric enough
Mm,
because it just if it's I don't know how I feel about those survival games when they're really survival. Like I do want to reach a point where I'm stronger in the story where you can get a few weapons and you can start being a bit more giving you a few more options in the gameplay.
mm.
Um, like it looked very nice. It looked like I thought it was Jurassic Park to start with, or some that one that they were making, Jurassic Park
Ye-
Survival, is it?
yeah, something like that.
I thought it was that to begin with, but yeah, I'd take it or leave it. Um,
Okay. Well, I'm looking to you boys here for a carry because super stylish demon slaying action game Kimuri announced for PS5. Did you
yeah,
spot that?
that was interesting.
It
Um,
looks okay.
yeah, I think I'd like to see a bit more of that. It's 2027 release, I think. So yeah,
Okay.
still a little way
Well,
off.
we also got a Dave the Diver PS5 prequel. Puts a spotlight on Bancho Chef, and it looks cool as hell. I quite enjoyed Dave the Diver, gents. I don't know whether you've played it
Okay.
or not, but
No,
it
not played it. No.
again, it was a little bit kind of Balatro, all those one more go. Let's just do a little bit more. You brought your fish back, and yeah, he got me for a little bit, not fully. Um,
Was the art
PS,
style in Dave the Diver completely different though to what they showed in this new game?
well, depends which part of Dave the Diver you're talking about.
Right, okay. Yeah. I just
Mm.
remember I think you and RGT talking about it, but
There's parts of no, it is a bit different, I suppose. Bancho the
yeah.
chef and those people that when you go back to that area,
Yes.
obviously
I think
the main part of Dave the Diver, and this is a side-scrolling, almost shooting game, really,
yeah.
where you collect up
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fish. When
Hmm.
you go back to the base, and this is where it's a little bit confusing, so it's not like that, but it is like that.
Mm.
It is a little bit more kind of cartoony style, but
Mm.
not like this 3D poly style. So the characters
Yeah.
are definitely of that universe, and some of the things that happen within that section feel like that, but they're more pixel art. This is definitely a lot more beautifully realized, and they've obviously chucked some Dave the Diver cash at it.
Yeah.
Um, we've got some great news for PS Plus Extra fans as a classic RPG makes its way over in RuneScape Dragon Wilds, coming out in autumn. Be available day one through PS Extra. Do you guys partake in a bit of RuneScape back in the day, or is this like, oh God, George, no, I wash my armpits?
Yeah,
Mm.
nah, that's not for me.
Okay, you would.
Yeah, I've not played it. I've got friends who have played it and put a lot of hours into it. So yeah, I understand it's popular
Okay.
within its
So then there was another turn
demographic.
towards a little bit of a scary thing because we've got the ill game looking revolting in the best possible way. Did you,
Hmm.
Bobby? What did you make of that? Was that gory enough for you, or
Yeah, no, looks really good. Um, so I'm looking forward to that actually. But I could have sworn there was another game named Ill on the PlayStation. I don't. I
Hmm.
think think I do remember it. I don't know. I'm
Well,
just bugging out, but
you have a little look see as we talk about the Phantom Blade Zero delayed out of PS5's ridiculous September schedule, but looking good. What did you make of that one, boys?
Yeah, again, another sort of third person action game. Um, it just, I'm a bit worried. Maybe it might be, um, are we going to get a lot of these in a short space of time? And it's going
I
to,
think off the back of the success of things like Stellar Blade, etc., we are in for an absolute pummeling of similar games for a while.
I wonder whether we might even get another Devil May Cry at the Summer Games
Well,
Fest.
I think the world's certainly pointing that if the world were to take a barometer and ask gamers what they're wanting, I mean, you'd think that would be a no-brainer,
Oh
wouldn't you?
yeah, I'd love another one, but yeah, I do like the look of Phantom Blade Zero. It's looking really nice. That trailer was interesting. I think there's a bit of a deep dive on it soon. And I think that's the next state of play, isn't it?
Possibly.
It is, yeah.
Let me talk to you about something that grabbed my eye. Now, I know I'm all for the nostalgia, but that Lara Croft looked pretty cool.
It did
Yeah,
look very
it
good.
did.
Yeah,
It did.
I'm on board with that. I
That's,
could play
uh,
that.
you know, some of the sections in there that we recognize from the OG trilogy or the OG game, I think I was like, oh, yeah, I'm into this.
So
Um,
is it a remake of like the three first games put into one, or is that just is it just a
I think it's kind of like we've arrived at the point in time where we are around that. So I think they're playing with the idea. Um,
I didn't know whether it was a remake of a
Well,
game.
some of the
Was it
scenes felt like they were lifted straight from the OG game,
yeah.
even though they'd been expanded and broadened out. The dinosaur interaction. I was like, oh man, this could be great. And then there was
Hmm.
some characters in there, and I was like, oh, is this? So I don't know. It may be an alternative retelling of that Peru adventure. Certainly, that's where they are, and certainly some of the bits in there suggest. I mean,
I mean, I
we've
liked the
revisited that quite a lot though, so I would really like a definitive alternative take if this is the route they're going down.
I I like I like the three the last trilogy we got.
It was strong.
Um,
Looked good.
yeah, I think people maybe want a bit of a nod back to the real originals, which just looks like it fills that space.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
yeah,
Um,
have
Bob,
you got a game on that list? Sorry, we'll get to it.
Bobby,
Yeah.
what have you got feels for Lara Croft? Are you pumped for that? Are you ready to rip into it, or are you kind of no? I'm busy enough this year as it is. I don't need another Lara Croft.
No, there's a definitely a lot on that list I would play over Laura Croft, but I am excited that it's like a re I don't know, it's a reimagining or whatever they're doing with it. So I'm interested in it for sure.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, September on PS5, as you will see, is literally insane. Ominusha Wear the Sword, locks release date. Tom talked about that at the top of the show. Um, so we probably don't need to deep dive that too hard. What did you make of that, Bobby, when you saw that in the trailer?
No, it was okay. I mean, it looks interesting, but it's just not for me.
Okay. Another game coming out in September, which to me feels a little bit overstacked, but there you go. We've got Control Resonant. Now, this is a very different take on the Control universe, of which you could call it the Wakeverse, because it's all part of the Alan Wake universe. I made that up, so trademark here. You know where you heard it first. Um, Control Resonance sees you a lot more ramped up than we've seen anyone from the universe before. OG, I know, Bobby, what's your take on that? Because you're an Alan Wake fan. Did you play Control, or was that a hard pass for you?
No, I have I've never played it at all.
No. Okay. Alan Wake 1, did you play that?
No, it's still wrapped in plastic.
Wow. Okay. Something good
Yikes.
to get to, bro. Uh, OG, I know you played Alan Wake because you and me were there right at the start. We were singing the songs, we were lauding the episodic content on the 360 when it first launched.
Yeah,
We fanned to it as a tentpole title on the 360. And do you know what? It survived the landing going multi-format. I didn't dig two, nor did I really resonate with Control. But will I resonate with Control Resident? Who knows? But will you, OG?
Alan Wake 2, I actually quite enjoyed it. I actually preferred the opening probably 5 or 6 hours.
A
There was
thousand
it
percent.
felt like a proper like mystery, like an episode of the X-Files, and then it went in directions where I kind of wish it hadn't.
Mhm.
Um, and it got a little overcomplicated. I did like it though. Control I could not get on with. Bought it
No.
because I just couldn't get into it. I found her a bit bland as a character. There was too much. I was a bit confused. But I watched the gameplay of this new one. I was like, oh, that looks really good.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's interesting that I it looks a lot different to the first one. I know it will do. It's a sequel, but to an extent of like, if you took away the name, you yeah, I don't know. There's something about it when it first got shown, not the recent state of play, but the first trailer I saw for it. I was like, oh, what's this?
It's got that superhero vibe about it, but as you say, its
Yeah.
connection to the wider Control universe, it does make sense from a story
Mm.
point of view, but do enough people care enough about I hate to say it, critical darling, but certainly sales wise, not certainly setting the charts on fire. Is it
Yeah.
wise to set another game within that universe and spin it off to be something completely different from all the other games you
I
make?
think if
Or
they can
should they have
tie it
just
into,
made a standalone superhero game that fits their moment right now?
maybe. I mean, they're very talented studio. Like, even if you're not a fan of the game, like the quality of the product they're putting out is really good.
You can 1,000% appreciate the storytelling from Max Payne
Yeah.
through to now. They've
Yeah.
grown as a brand, and I think that, as you say, the storytelling is quite masterful. But I sometimes wonder if they choose the right stories.
Yeah. To me, this one needs to tie into Alan Wake 2 because we don't want another kind of they don't need to make that world any bigger than it is already because we don't want more questions. We want some more answers, if that makes sense.
Gentlemen, I feel the need for speed. Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief goes full Top Gun Maverick this October. I mean, are you in the Ace Combat universe, or is this like, oh wow, flashy graphics, some planes, Doom, I'm done, what's next?
I
Um, I mean, there's eight of them, so that's a good thing, you know. So someone's obviously enjoying it. So I'm happy that they have another game.
I've always found Ace Combat to be a little obtuse. You look at the trailer, you think, oh wow, you get in it, you're up in the air, and you want it to be an arcade game, and it ends up being a little bit more than that. And fire away point A, lock on B, like, no. Give me Afterburner. OG, no doubt you'll be putting on a set of aviators, packing a sock on your head, and speaking, what, wingman? Or is this a hard pass for you?
a few weeks ago I did the Top Gun double bill and then proceeded to download the Ace Combat that was free on the I think it was on the library from
Oh,
many months ago.
aha. You're exactly the man I thought you were.
There you
Perfect.
go.
Um,
I didn't.
when you grab that though, don't forget that if there's a pre-order bonus of what is lauded to be an absolute banging Ace Combat, if you're in the world, it's Ace Combat Zero: The Belkan War as a pre-order bonus for Wings of Thief. Silent Hill PS5 streak continues in Townfall. This is a very interesting take on Silent Hill that we
Mm,
is unusual. Are you happy with this, Ben?
I mean,
yeah,
you have to change it up. You can't have the same thing over and over and over again. So it's first person, which is pretty cool. Set in Scotland apparently, which is great.
I
So that's already exciting.
It doesn't feel
Um,
real, but actually it's all true.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I do have Silent Hill F. I just haven't had a chance to play it, but it's like right there in my list
Mm.
to finish it because I love Silent Hill too. So I did that the remake, which was fantastic. So I think they're just making these games so we can get that Silent Hill original remake done. But still, looks interesting. I'm definitely gonna buy it for sure.
Excellent. OG, is that something that piques your interest, or are you a bit too scared to cat out behind the sofa and watch Bobby play it?
yeah. Um,
Fine.
no, I'd give that a try.
Okay.
I'm more of a Resi fan, but
I'll be
yeah,
honest with you,
always
it looks a
open to
little
it.
bit. Is it more forgiving? Who knows? I'm sure we'll find out, but I feel like the let's see what happens when it lands. I need a game on my console that makes it look awesome by putting thousands of characters on screen. Don't worry, Dynasty Warriors 3 turned up, remastered, adds Origins protagonist, marches to PS5 in October. No panic there. Three classic PS2 games are coming to PS5 via PS Plus Premium soon. Those games are Gitaroo Man, which is an interesting take. Psyop the Mindgate Conspiracy. Never thought we needed that. An Ominous Dawn of Dreams. So go there, OG, up your premium level and go get all your Ominous dreams come true. And we're very nearly there on this mammoth state of play. Highly rated action RPG No Rest for the Wicked finally fights to PS5
Yes.
with version 1 this October, and we'll come back to this We'll come back to you on that after OG, because just to say that Dune Awakening adds a single player for its PS5 release coming in a packed September. That's the showcase state of play done. I want to get your thoughts on it, but before we do, Tom wants to talk about No Rest for the Wicked, as you were, good friend.
Oh, only very briefly. I think it's from the developers of Ori or
Yep.
Ori. I completely forgot about the game until I saw the trailer because it piqued my interest when I first saw it. I'm glad that's reached its sort of final version. So, from what I understand, people been playing it in a beta form on PC?
I
I'm
don't know. I have
not
absolutely no
100%
idea.
sure on
It's
that.
been in early access on Steam for the last 2 years, so there you go. There's another one of
But
those
yeah,
moments
it looks
where you wish you'd just got yourself a Steam machine, OG.
it looks great. I was really intrigued by that. Um, yeah, the style of it, very nice. But yeah,
Excellent. So, gentlemen, before we rip into the next bit of news, because I feel so PlayStation now, I feel like I've ate so much I'm sick. Um, I was pretty impressed with that state of play. I know it's kind of a little bit interesting take online, but the numbers don't lie for themselves. I think very soon it will be the most viewed state of play ever.
Wow.
They keep leveling up on themselves. If you were to give it a classic school rating, A plus to F minus, Bobby, what would you slap on this state of play?
Like a B plus. I mean,
Wow.
they had a lot of things for different gamers, which is good.
I came
Yeah,
in
but
here with a dream, a
No
car,
Rest for the
and an A
Wicked was
plus.
that I didn't even know this game existed. So I'm looking to that. Any kind of top down game, I have to convince Marlon's wife and my wife and my mom to give us time to play games like this. So
Okay.
very looking forward to that. Yeah, but yeah, but yeah, like B plus. It was nothing wrong with it really.
Okay. OG, I'm coming to you. Shia LaBeouf. He needs a car, an A plus. Or what do you got for me?
I literally was going to go with B plus as well, but
Boom.
um,
Okay.
in well, the thing is with these presentations is I think you're almost better ignoring that they're going to happen, and then like
Yeah,
I got in, I was late getting back from work, I uh, played a couple of online games with my mate, and I was like, oh yeah, hype state of plays tonight. And I felt like it went really quick. And I
Mm.
forget that they did two 20-minute demos each side. So I felt like in my head, it's like, oh, is that it? When he said, oh, we've got one last game to show you, it's like, hey, where's the rest? And I think we have a way, um, or most people seem to have way too high expectations for these presentations. Um,
Mm.
I don't know what people are expecting to see. They're never going to wheel out every single first party studio's latest game because
yeah.
it's taking longer for them to make them. They need to space
Question.
them out.
May I interject?
Yes.
Didn't we deserve to see at least a little bit of Intergalactic, though?
Yeah, I think you're right. Like I was hoping we were maybe going to see one more first party studio game, but
Mm.
they chose to. I think remember they've got to spread it out over a year. Like we'll probably get
Mm-hmm.
one in September, and there'll be the Game Awards as well. So there will be other stuff to see before the year's out. But I think a B plus. It was good. And
It's
like Bobby, he got the sort of shock of God of War Lao Fei. I was a bit kind of like, oh. I really wanted to see it, but also I was like, oh, knowing this has got leaked, it sort of dampened it a little bit. So yeah, there wasn't as many surprises, but yeah, overall pretty solid. Looking forward to what the rest of the week brings. We've got Games Fest on Friday
it's going
and
to be
Summer Games
we've
Fest and Xbox on Sunday, which I'm really looking forward to that. To be fair, I
I'll
think
be
that'll be
honest
good.
with you. I feel as a podcast that reports on the gaming news week in, week out, that we had our throats slit about 12 months ago, and we've been surviving on nothing but fresh air, rumours, and drivel. Um, to actually get to a solid point in time in the gaming
Yeah,
calendar and actually see some solid things get pinned to the wall with
yeah,
dates and showing, and this is happening and everything like that. I think this was needed. I think this
Do you,
was maybe um, they needed to spin something somehow. There's been a negative press beat down, open world, MMO, chase this, free to play that, big Last of Us multiplayer game. Oh no, we're not bringing it out. Bungie said it was garbage, cost too much money. Oof. All the different things that have been landing, marathon maybe
yeah,
not hitting the mark. Some of the sort of feelings around wider gaming as well. I think there's a lot of burnout on just gaming in general. I think that's why a lot of these
yeah,
smaller titles are maybe hitting. You and I have both talked about, and I know RGT has been through a similar experience where some of these big sequels to PlayStation games that we wanted to see have landed and literally just washed by me as if I've got anything better to do. And I think there maybe needed this refocus to, let's get the eyes back on Wolverine. Let's get the eyes on the fact that we're doing these single player adventures. Let's pepper this with exclusives or paid exclusives where we're locking them in on mainly story play games, mainly the kind of those experiences that we're famous for. Let's remind them, let's give them a little tickle that we've got these classics as well. I think, I'll be honest with you, I think they did well. I probably want to say maybe an A minus if I'm being sort of generous because I believe in a dream, a car, and an A minus. That's
Because I
what I
mean, you know
believe
what it
in.
is? It's like you have to appeal to the younger kids, right? Who can play games nonstop because they have time.
Yep.
Now they got
Yep.
to ask their mom and their dad maybe to buy it, but whatever. Then you have people like us who have the money to buy whatever we want, but don't have the time. So now we're limited to what we can pick. And then you just have
I
like the casual gamer who can just pop in, pop out. He's comfortable playing numerous things, you know? So it's hard to get everyone excited about something.
I'll be honest with
yeah.
you. I don't want to make this gaming world all about our personal experiences, but what I would say is I was having a bit of a chat with RGT off air, and I kind of made quite a compelling point of I think without our generation of game players, the kids that grew up with Pong or just after and then came
Mm-hmm.
all the way through the hobby to now, show me a demographic outside of that that's actually paying for games, buying consoles, actively buying up the special editions and the controllers and the this game and that game.
100%. I would say 35 and up is what's keeping it going.
Yeah.
Yes.
The teenagers are all into the Call of Duty and the online and keeping that alive.
Yeah.
And then
A lot.
between, it's like you have just like, you know, not trying to find like it's not sounds like no like super intelligent. Oh, I'm with this kind of gamer, but like, what are you falling into at that age range? Because
Yeah.
you're either playing with teenagers who are annoying, or you're playing with older guys who you also find annoying. So it's like, where are you trying to find your, you know, style? And so it's like three different, I guess, eras now. But like, I feel like
I'm
our era, 35 and up, we're the ones putting out the money to buy it and try new things. Where
what I'm nervous of is I'm this is the horse on the back of which the no, I'm the horse on the back of which all this rode in
mm-hmm,
on. And I'm okay with it. But you're not making the games I want, and it's
mm-hmm,
not going to be long before we say, nah, we're not into this anymore. The hobby's gone
yeah,
too far. I'm not doing it. And when now, I'd say, I know probably young kids listen now saying, oh, whatever, or older people saying, oh, George, mate, give it a couple of years and you'll see it from our point of view. I
mm-hmm,
can't see your point of view right now because I'm only the person that I'm at. But I know that I've been here since Pong and I've shelled a vast amount of my wages that I've
oh
earned on this hobby. And I
yeah,
know that other people have done equidistant the same. But without that generation, this is dead. This is
mm-hmm,
done. So I want to see a new generation take it on, but unfortunately, I think that means that I have to accept that gaming isn't going to be maybe what I thought it was going to be, and it's never going to be what I want it to be. So I'm going to have to find some level of enjoyment within the hobby as it goes forward to get me excited. Um,
I just think it's plateaued a bit, hasn't it?
Big
mm-hmm.
time.
It just
Yeah.
feels
Moore's
not that that's
Moore's law kicked in about a gen ago, right? And we're now the graphics aren't going up exponentially each gen. They're going up minutia each gen now. And
Because
I
it's
think
almost the same thing with like films, right? Like if you look at like every decade, the films they did XYZ, there was slow story based telling movies. Then the 80s action came in, and then now you had to have realistic action because the 80s action was just too stupid.
Yeah.
Now you have to have intelligent horror movies. You can't just turn your brain off with a slasher anymore. So like things are changing generation, and then I guess
Yeah.
now it's your problem to find what suits you to stick with it. But that's going to be eventually you're just going to fade out like every other older generation has faded out. It's
I
just
know,
life.
but what I don't know
It's
is if
sad
there's
though,
I don't know if there's enough people into the hobby the way we have been historically once we shuffle off this mortal coil and end up in the care home to actually just buy the kit, to spend the money on the games, to buy the
Mm-hmm.
physical drivel, to buy that statue of Wolverine or
Yeah.
whatever else drivel they throw at us for high profit, very low return. Um, let's get into a little bit more news. This has turned into what I can only describe the Summer Games Fest explosion. I was going to say bukkake, but we're above that. I kind of said it, so I've played both ends of the spectrum. Um, Bobby, you've been out on the. I was going to say sniff, but I don't think that's the correct term. You've been out on the on the rounds finding some news, and you found some UK news from right under my nose. What have you got here, friend?
Yes. So basically, this was written by Frégère Gilbert.
Oh, the French version of Fraser Gilbert.
Yes, the French.
Wow.
Yes, yes. Um,
Your French accent's beautiful, by the way. It's very seductive.
you have to do a lot of to get it really in there.
Do you think you could do this whole piece in a French accent, or is that a bit
Absolutely not. No.
okay?
But
Oh,
knowing that I was going to read this article, I went to a cafe nearby called Madame Susu. They have phenomenal French coffee and a very good baguette. And I'll tell you something, it it was amazing. Yeah, it's just right around the corner from my house. So, he he he's been this guy here
is that a
has
real
been,
place?
yeah, 100%. You can Google it, Madame Susu, SOSSOU, Madame Susu.
Oh,
It's in
mate,
a
the fact
story
that you
in
went
Queens.
there to get yourself in the right vibe is
You have
beautiful.
to. You have to
I,
listen. You have to mentally get into the role that you're going to be.
I
Um.
don't. This is wonderful because we've actually that we're two method actors and a
Yeah.
character actor on the show.
Oh, you were in it.
Brilliant.
You're in it to win it, man.
Wow.
So basically, this guy, he's been exploring the Paris Underground.
Oh,
I don't know if you see the movie As Above, So Below, but basically, this guy is illegally going into the parts of the underground that are not for the public, mapping his way out, hoping to find like an old Atari game or something. I'm not sure, but that's what I've heard. I don't know,
wow.
rumors, but what can you
Well,
say?
I tell you what. Well done, Fraser.
Fragile Gilbert.
Get
Yeah,
him there. Oh, I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Perfect.
So he basically the Xbox Series X and S in the UK last month, May 2026. The game business reporter has stated that sales are up 12%
Hmm.
compared to the month before, and it's been heavily influenced by Forza 6. Um, PS5 took a nosedive in May due to the price increase, which means sales of both PS5 and Xbox Series X and S were almost identical last month.
Hmm.
It's hard to say whether the 12% was all because of Forza 6 or perhaps because of Xbox started to add new features to the XS consoles again. But it is causing people to bring up the argument that having major console exclusives such as Forza 6, Xbox is inevitably going to attract more console sales. Um, the fact remains that Forza 6 will be coming to PS5 at some point later this year, but Xbox will be hoping that the likes of Gears of War E-Day, GTA 6, and Fable will entice more gamers to buy over the next 12 months.
Interesting article there, Bobby, because it seems to me that exclusives sell consoles. Now, Forza Horizon 6 had the living snot hyped off of it. Even we were involved in hyping this game. Uh, and that's caused people to go pique their curiosity enough to go all in on the game and the console. Now,
Yeah.
Bobby, thank you for bringing this news in, but I don't think
Mm-hmm.
you have much history with Forza Horizon.
Zero.
Exactly. But what I what I wanted to say to you is the price increase nosediving the PS5 50% in May. That's a tough gig, isn't it?
Hmm.
That's hard. Is there a recovery from this, or have they put the price up so they can bring it down for the state of play sales, etc.?
No, I mean at some point at some point people are gonna buckle down and buy it. I mean, and it is what it is.
Mm.
Um, and obviously it's been, I mean, it's obviously, I mean, scientifically proven, I don't know, but you know, consoles with exclusives sell more, which is why, like we said before, like years ago, you had Netflix had everything, and then other movie producing companies were like, well, wait a minute, that was our movie. We're giving you the rights to do it. Let's make our own streaming company and get our movies back.
Yeah,
And now you're in the war of streaming, which is happening right now. So if you don't have 5, 6 streaming things going at a time, then what are you watching? Because now you're also limited to what you used to have years ago. So here we are. It's like it sells. Would you have the best streaming movies I want to watch? I'm gonna buy you over this. If everyone had the same thing, then we don't need all these other companies, what then makes games boring and movies stale.
good.
That's just me.
No, I can get on board with that.
Really
OG,
good point.
now I'm looking at you. Bobby's
Don't
made a
worry, I got
real
you.
Bobby's made a real solid point about exclusives matter. We've said this for a long time on the show. We believe it to be true. Has it now been scientifically proven? And is FH6 enough of a title to pin your cards to?
FH6.
Forza Horizon 6.
Hmm.
That's been
How
attributed to the
how long?
12% increase in sales.
Yeah,
You
but
have had
how?
Forzas historically. Is it enough? This Japanese one, is it enough to make you go, yeah, I'd get an Xbox Series S
Yeah, I've been no, because it's gonna come to PlayStation eventually, isn't it? But how long we
eventually?
have to wait? Yeah, they haven't specified on
I
when,
I think
and they
we're
say,
about to re-enter that world. I think, as Bobby said, where all the exclusives are coming back. Makes sense.
yeah. I mean, if they turn around and said, right, no Forza Horizon 6, no Fable, I would be, and Gears of War, E-Day. If those three, then they turn around and said, no, they're not coming to PlayStation. All of a sudden, that Xbox starts looking a little bit more appealing, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Mm.
To
Do
me,
you,
anyway, personally.
was this part of the plan? Give you enough of what you're missing and then slit your throat and see if you come back to mummy?
Yeah, could well have been.
The
I mean,
Xbox Bitty is bitter, but you love it nonetheless.
PlayStation are doing it with PC, aren't they?
Mhm.
Or are in the process. So yeah, I'd love to play that game. I'm fortunate enough to go to Japan last year, and it definitely piqued my interest when they announced the setting, because that's always a big selling point of those games is where they're set. Um, Although the one I really wanted to play, which was the one in the UK, I never got around to playing.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, I enjoyed the Australian one. It was really good. But yeah, I'll pick it up certainly once it's on PlayStation. But yeah, that one alone, um, it depends on the weight really. But the price of the consoles at the minute is crazy.
I think if
And
you're in a certain camp this gen, I mean, luckily we were able to get
you got
on
it.
myriad of
Yeah.
camps early doors.
Well, look at the way things were in, just briefly, the Xbox original era and even the 360. You can kind of go, you kind of flitted between the consoles because you could technically afford it. Yeah, we might have had a little bit more surplus money then, due to less family commitments, etc. But you kind of just had the option because consoles came down in price.
Mhm.
Mm.
So you were like, oh, well, actually, I fancy trying the Xbox for a bit. So I'll go buy one of those, and you come home with like two or three games and a couple of controllers and happy days. Now, like, if one of my consoles breaks, I've got the Switch 2 and PS5, I'm going to struggle to replace them financially. And I think I know last week I mentioned about it's a good time to be a gamer, which it is, but the price of stuff is just crazy.
Mm.
Should not be paying more for a console that is over 5 years old. is not okay. And I think that's why Sony's still probably getting a little bit of hate um, for some of the sort of price rises and stuff, even after the state of play. Because if you're not into Wolverine and God of War Alpha, there wasn't a lot first party otherwise to entice you over.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree.
seeing as you've got your big boy speaking teeth in, you've gone full journalistic. You've gone
Oh
Cook
God.
Report. You've gone undercover this week. What news have you found deep in
Well,
your undercover activities?
well, Jim Norman, the publisher of the news article I'm about to read, he has been down to CEX selling all his wares to gain this Switch 2, um, because he needs this game that's coming out, and I'm going to tell you about it now.
I didn't realise after last week I absolutely like that whole Jim Pines business. I stumbled across that while I was editing the show. Jim Pine Jr. Jim. I was like, oh my God, mate, you probably should have cut that out. Anyway, tell me about Jim's Pines extra bit of news. What we got here?
Uh,
It better not
after
be
over a
about
year,
trees. That's I can see the future. I tell
no,
you that.
no, after over a year of waiting and one delay, Bandai Namco has finally given us a release date for Elden Ring Tarnished Edition on the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's going to be the 28th of August, 2026. Your journey to the Erd Tree begins here. Rise,
To the what?
Tarnished,
To the what?
the Erd Tree.
I know the
Ah, yeah, there you
future.
go. The accompanying caption reads on the announcement social post: For those who have missed it, for it's been so long that you've simply forgotten, the new Tarnished edition of From Software's award-winning game packs in the base game and its Shadow of Erd Tree DLC with the Switch 2 version. Also getting a brand new character class and special torrent outfits to boot. So there we have it. Finally, release date for that.
How do you feel about
Apparently,
that?
it
Were
looked a
you
little
ever going to
choppy.
get this on there or no?
No, I've played it to death, so I feel like there's not much else I can do. I've done the DLC, I've done the main game, and it was epic. It's probably my best game of the last at least 5 years.
Wow. Let me
Um,
just pause you for one moment as I skip to our trophy hunting guru, a man with more trophies than I've had. Well, than I've got teeth, but that's only about three. You've got a lot more than that, more like 4,000. Bobby, you've battled through all these from software games. Is
Yeah.
Elden Ring one of your faves, or is it one of your least faves?
No, it was amazing. I loved every single minute of that game.
So we've got both of our resident from software gurus online for you right now, and this is big news. Would you revisit it on the Switch too at some point in time in the future, or are you all done with this? You don't want the Erd Tree, you want nothing. You're done with it now.
No, I mean that's that ship sailed.
Okay, it's done. Do you feel you guys weren't on the episode at the time, but I had a little bit of a sort of powwow with RGT about what's a reasonable price. Now this thing's coming out at full price on the Switch too. And RGT raised his eyebrow, but I did say it is the Game of the Year edition.
yeah, you are getting a very, I mean, the DLC is massive.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. Having both of those off the bat, you've got so much content there. So if someone was asking like, oh, do you think I should get this? It seems expensive. I'd be like, the content you get in, and if I don't know what made it so good. I just don't
Mm.
know what the secret was. Obviously, I'd played some From Software games before. Really loved Sekiro, very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But this was just there was so much to see and do and explore every part, and it didn't really hold your hand in any way. You just went out into that world, and that was it. Away you go. It was such a free experience of compared to so many other open world games. Um, but yeah, I think it's great for people who haven't played it. If you've got a Switch 2 and you haven't played this,
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
you should give it a try.
So if
I
you've
just don't
got
know how they're
this,
gonna fit all that on the Switch 2,
Yeah, I know it's
but
crazy,
I guess
isn't
we'll
it?
find out.
Well,
Yeah.
I do believe it's probably going to be a game key card. So it's on the cart, but it's not on the cart, but it's on the cart, but it's not on the
Yeah,
cart.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thing is, OG, while you've been off, we've done some deep dive research on this. It actually is better
Okay.
to have the game key card and then have the bulk of it running off your system.
In terms of it running, it runs better like that.
It allows the developer to be able to get the game working on it easier than it would do if it was coming
Okay.
off the card, coming off the SSD inside
Yeah.
the machine, or the baked on memory going into your memory card on your thing. Like that's a bit of a no-no. But if they can lock it down as a digital sale or a game key card, it gives them a whole lot more clout to be able to make the game run.
Yeah.
It's all about getting
Interesting.
it on the motherboard rather than coming off the card, I believe. We did a whole piece on it.
Okay.
I'm sure if people go
Nice.
back or listen back through, we'll explain all of that away. I find this quite compelling. I've dabbled with a little bit just out of curiosity on the PS5, but it was a bit of one of those. This is a proper bigger boys game because within about 2 seconds of stepping out, I think I ended up in like a small shack on the edge of the level. Kind of felt like I felt safe in there. I walked out about 2 yards, got absolutely walloped by something, and I was like, right,
Oh, the tree sentinel.
you know
Yeah.
what? I don't even know. I don't even know.
But
No.
just remember, like you've tried Bloodborne, but the first From Software game you play will always be your hardest. Once you learn how they work and the mechanics, and don't get me wrong, there's still elements on
Look, I came
El
in through Bloodborne, which I feel is the Fisher Price my first From Software game.
no, it's
No,
still solid.
it's very good. It's just if you were playing Dark Souls and Demon Souls from like dodging and rolling, this was more like I need to kind of parry counter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Elden Ring's parry counter.
Well, Elden Ring is you could also roll and parry. It's more free, I guess. It's more one of their most, I guess, free style of attacking
I
games.
think it's the most accessible game
Yeah,
they've ever made.
because
It's
if you want to be
so
like a wizard or a magic, it actually works. I feel better here than I've seen it in previous games of theirs.
Mm.
and also like the fact that if you get to an area and you're just really stuck and you've had enough of it, you just go somewhere else. That's
Yeah.
the greatest thing about it. You just
Hmm.
go somewhere else, you level up. Eventually, you can go back to that area and just kick some ass. It
Yeah.
feels a lot more RPG in a way because you can level to a point. There are certain roadblocks you get to where you're like, I've just got to get good at doing this
Hmm.
bit, but there's so much to it. It's such a massive game.
Hmm. Well, with all that excitement, that was a lot of news. Probably the biggest news we've had in a while. That brings us to the end of that. So it's time to do a very quick round robin on the housekeeping, which I will do because I'm in the full show cleaner. It's like a crime scene cleaner, really. So I better get rid of the blood. That's the TikTok. Let's clean that up. Yeah, so you want to go check that out. Captain Scarlet's doing video after video after video. It's taking off. It's going viral. Don't be the last one to the party. Get on it now, and then you can make out that you were cool when everyone else turns up. You know what I'm talking about. We've got the YouTube. If you're watching it here, do all. If you've got this far, if you have survived this far, hit subscribe and then put in the comments survivor. Hashtag survivor. Let's pretend we're cool. Okay? Put hashtag survivor. I want to see it. Thousands of them. All right? And then subscribe. For God's sake, hundreds and hundreds of you are watching these videos. None of you are subscribing. I have tried to revive the old hosts from the show. Is it that? Is it me? I'll quit tomorrow if it's me. I'll be gone. I don't want to be part of the problem, pal. I want to be part of the solution. So get subscribing. We've got the audio. If you're listening to this, listener, you still mad at me. Me and you have had this connection this whole time. Don't you dare walk away from me now. Subscribe. Happy days. We're all good. We've got a Discord. We don't want to. We find the more we talk about that, the less you want to join. All I know is I Googled it the other day, and apparently it's like a private members club. I don't think I could come up with a better description myself. So get in on that. There's a link in the link tree. If that doesn't work, questions at Unofficial Controller Podcast will do you a fresh one. A fresh slice, literally, of whatever you fancy delivered to your email door. Doesn't get any better than that. Also, though, the show is free. It'll always be free. We do a sister show flashback We've got additional shows dropping like confetti at a wedding. Get behind it. Get behind it. Yeah, we've got some Bobby specials. We've had one. Might be another one. A little bit saucy. That's all I'm saying. Don't want to say any more. That's all I'm saying. It's a little bit saucy. A little bit of a salt. He's a proper salt, old Bobby. Here's a man who gave us the erotic history of video games, part one, and God knows how many people I've seen, you dirty dogs, on the YouTube. Oh, there's a video, get few too many clicks, history erotic video game. Look, we're all curious. But it's a bloody good episode, so don't just get bounced off and think, this ain't porn, this ain't audio. Bobby is audio porn. Get into it, flip your switch, and get into that. All right, because there's more coming. In between all that, show being free, us peppering you with free content left, right, and Chelsea, do you know what? We don't ask for a bean. Well, we kind of do. If you feeling generous and you want to help out the show from as little as $3, that's a month. That's that one day you go to work, you say, George, I've got no money. Go without a coffee once a month. And technically, you don't buy one on a Sunday. Just use that money. I ain't got no spare money. You've got spare money. I'm inventing it for you. Just spend it. Right? You're going to get a t-shirt. No matter if you join on the bottom tier, I'm going to send you a t-shirt. George, you promise, can have anything on it you like. Show themed. I don't really want to send you a picture of like a cat. That's a bit extra. While we are at it, one of the things that you can get as a result of supporting the show, one of the perks you get, one of the many perks you get, is your name read out live on air. Some would say that's worth the price of admission alone. But yeah, of course it is. Now we're going to say thank you to these people one at a time. Probably do a little bit of a story about them because that's the way we do it. Who would like to go first? OG, Bobby, or me? Do I need to flick a coin?
Look something.
Fine. My being. Show's over. Done. Right. Now my bean is literally hanging on by a thread. I'll go first because I want to thank Gazcon for his support of the show. Here's a man I've met in person at a live event. I tell you what, it was special. He touched me in all the right places, metaphysically. This isn't a Me Too moment. And if it was, I'd be part of it because I want a piece of him. I think it's got awkward. All I want to say is thank you. Bobby is next.
We got Captain Scarlet.
The man, the power
the man, the
behind the
myth, the
throne.
legend. I heard he's working on some clips of erotica news.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. He's the rudder that's currently steering the show everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, audio. I'm but a puppet on a string. Da, 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 da. Do you remember when we used to gather around and sing that at the swimming pool, Tom? Da, 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 da. And Mummy and Nanny would make us. All right, you don't want to remember it. Who's next?
We've got Retro Ed next.
Nice. A legend.
Thank you for your continued support.
A man who can make a short about the show. I think he might have the most viral YouTube UCP shorts. It might be a tie-up between him and the next man. Carlos, the one-man George fan club. You never know you needed an army until this man turned up. He's a strength of 10 men. What I like about him, though, he's a George fan. So he's got a bit of a brain. Yeah, he's a clever guy. He knows what he's talking about. And he'll steer you straight. I tell you what, OG, you could do with have a sit down and a talking to from Carlos, pal. He'd sort your head right out. Real man's man. Another man I was fortunate enough to meet at the OLL event in Norwich.
Very good.
Bobby?
Up next, we got Firm Returns.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard he bought a massive power washer and is now cleaning on the side of buildings of the west side of London.
There's a man who doesn't hang about. Not only does he give money advice, he's also getting out there and he's cleaning up the streets of London town. Wow, what a bloke. OG, who's next?
Trestles, New York.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Look, we're in a little bit of a contract issue with Trestles. We transferred that across to the courthouse Corner House. To the Corner House.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you to the Corner House for your illegal, generous donation. Up next means I get to thank the mighty Dreamcast collecting machine. He's also spawned a social media sensation in Game Boy Matty. Oh, gee, while you've been off the show, Game Boy Matty's on his second. No, that's a bit awful. He's on his first marriage and his second child. Right, that's nice. That's a little bit more happy ending.
That's
Isn't it?
better. That's better.
Yeah.
We
And
don't want to go full Elden Ring, do we?
no, we don't. And Game Boy Matty is he's looking at a new mortgage.
Excellent. Excellent news.
Yeah.
It's good.
Uh, a lot happened while you're off the show.
I mean, by show 400, he's going to be retired and living the dream on cruise ships and
Oh, grandkids a
seeing
lot.
the world.
Yeah, great
Mhm.
grandkids. Yeah, by show 400%. Yeah, he ages in
He'll be
dog
he'll be a
years.
co-host at some point.
He's got to be. The legacy is his.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely is. Little did we know, we've been raising our own replacement. I don't know if I feel about it now. I feel a bit sort of intimidated. Because as the years march on, I get older, and then he just walks straight into the perfect demographic, and I get booted off the home. The king is dead. Long live the king. Who's
Just the
next?
cycle of life.
Up
next,
Oh,
we
yes.
got our local Italian legend, Bada Bingsta. You thought it was Mario. No, it's not. It's Bada Bingsta.
We don't need any
Newly
other.
enjoying life, newly married,
I know.
still sexy. Still sexy.
Still septic.
Sexy, I meant to say. I don't know what septic was. I was thinking something else. You know, it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are we? Is it me? No, it's OG.
We've got the all-powerful Tingle Tuner.
Yeah, he's a man of class and elegance. I think you need to reacquaint yourself with Tingle Tuner. I think he could teach you a thing or two about gaming and displaying of games. Is it me? It is, isn't it?
It is
So
you.
I get to thank Digital Monkery. Now, normally I bring him in here and kick his arse out and ride him around like a tauntaun, fancy dress. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to sit him down and thank you for everything he does, because he organises lots of things in the Discord. One of the things he organises is Let's Get Quizzical, a game. I call it like the Wordle of the UCP. You can go on. It's no pressure. He's got the quiz with the answers blacked out. You ask yourself and you say, oh, I wonder if that's the answer. Reveal. You get to test your gaming knowledge on a daily basis.
Oh, that's great.
George, there must be a cost for this. Absolutely not, because I'm absolutely insane. Discord free to access, quiz, challenge accepted, all of it. The prizes. Oh, don't say we're not a giving people. Thanks, DM. Bobby, who's next?
We have the bald border.
Yes.
Mhm.
Fresh from his healed flesh tunnel.
I've heard that he was having difficulties with the new neighbors that moved in,
Oh,
and he's bought massive amounts of deer piss from a local hunting shop, put it in a
Oh.
super soaker, and is just obliterating the side of their house with it, hoping to deter the ruckus that they have been causing in the community.
Question for you, Bobby. I mean, I think you're aware of the Spanish speaking community in America.
Yeah.
The Mexican brothers.
Mhm.
Now, I was talking to a colleague of mine. He's got a 4-year-old son.
Yeah.
In a Mexican community. He can't say please in Spanish. Now, what I would say, Bobby, is that's por favor.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
I'm gonna-
up, we've got Boba.
What's he up to?
What's he up to?
Hmm.
I have no idea.
Look,
Because-
last week we defrosted you from Law Carbonite, and
Yeah,
by the end of
I'm
it, you were
still-
starting to. What are you saying
the
to me? Instead of a big,
creative flow is not
instead
there.
of a big dark patch, I see a little bit of a light patch. Just stay close to Lando, Chewie. Uh, when are you going to be fully defrosted and giving me law left, right, and Chelsea? Because I'll be honest with you, it's one of the only reasons we defrosted Captain America, the UCP, because we needed a new law injection.
I can do this every day.
Wow. Okay. Write that down, Mumsy. I think he came up with it himself. Who's next on this list after Boba? What did you do to him, the poor boy? It's me, so it's only right and proper I get to thank my
Hmm.
red-headed stepson. He's beautiful. He's chiseled from stone. If he was born in Sparta, he would have been thrown off the cliff. He'd have been held up and all the men would have jumped off the cliff. Oh, yeah, he's that special. Thank you to my son for supporting the show. Who's next? Bobby, a man you've spent time with.
Yes, Harvey Retro. Um, this is our local legend. If you don't know by now, he is immortal. He is doing phenomenal things still. He's making a production company to hire and use vampiric beings in films and movies because they are being prejudiced against because of their working hours.
Oh, it's about time someone stood
Yeah.
up for the rights of the lesser spotted vampire. I think they've been on
Yeah.
a. We hear a lot about them in movies. I mean, we know some of that's true, some of that's not true. But for Harvey Retro to stand up for his kith and kin like this, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has to work, and I understand they can only work during the overnight, but that's life.
Okay. I'm legally very nervous about the next shout out because it was OG who started the whole um scenario with Emma. I mean, we've quietened a lot of that down, OG. So if you could just do a nice, simple readout, fella, that would be great.
This is for the delightful Emma Sharp. Thank you for your support.
Um, yeah, I kind of get what you're doing there, but I think it was a little bit predatory. Uh,
Whoa. I don't live on an island.
no, not in that way. Just, when you're Henry Cavill, I mean, to be honest, you can just walk down and have any meal you want. To the average Joe, well, I was going to lump Bobby in with this, but he's far more special. To the average Joe like me, though, I mean, yeah, it just doesn't feel the same. It's not fair.
Nah, but what can you do?
I guess you just got to get on with it and make the best of what you've got, haven't you? Um, well, that means I get to thank the immortal Greg. He's also a vampiric being, but he lives in an airship floating above the smog, above that cloud of noxious gas. It's a little awkward for him because obviously it's quite sunny up there, so he sits himself in a fridge from dawn till dusk. Yeah, that's the right way around. And then from dusk till dawn, he comes out. Yeah, that sounds great. He
Mhm.
gets out. You could make a movie out of that. And he kind of he walks around his airship, generally just kind of cleaning things and bolting things to things.
True. Yes. 100%. Up next, we have our Mumsy.
Beautiful.
Uh, as a collective Momsy,
Yeah.
she is now creating a like pen pal type deal with other
Ooh.
members of the community as their moms keeping tabs on us. So it's interesting. I got my first letter to make sure I brush my teeth, put my lotion on, fix my hair before I go on air.
Oh God. I could do with that email because I always forget. Thanks for your help, Mumsy. Who's next? Oh, gee, this is not going to sit well with you, I'm afraid, but we're just waiting for your fan club to turn up, fella. Who's this?
It's the Real Gin and Tonics fan club, RGT.
He's had a few pseudonyms while you've been off. I think infamously the one that stuck was Rimgard Thomas. But I like what you're
Oh,
doing. And that's not what you think it is either. It's a different device to that. Hmm. I,
okay.
I'm painted in now, so I'm going to move forward with Pete Brocklehurst. Here's a man who I should thank, but I'm not going to thank him because he threw bricks at me in a very hostile way, like a giant. A little bit like the guys out of Skyrim threw half a house and a cow at me. I dodged it, fair play, and I do appreciate you supporting the show, but Yeah. Who's next?
Our man Billy Marmite.
Your hero.
Now he's in a bit of a jam with Bunny, so he has
He's in a jam.
yeah he's in a jam. I mean he's always in a jam because he's always doing something wrong. So
No.
for him now he needs to make money. He needs about $25,000. He's in big trouble with the mafia, so he's doing a anal bleaching side business.
What's his email?
It's Billy Marmite
Yeah.
at yahoo.com. And he's also offering it. So if you happen to buy the services and the kit online, it doesn't come back as anal bleaching kit. It just comes back as Billy Marmite at yahoo.com.
Oh.
Discretion. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he could have just called it ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. I mean, is that the advert that we need to do for Billy Marmite? Anal bleaching kit. ABKC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Spread those legs, wax that bit, and bleach it too.
That's phenomenal.
Thanks.
Like,
Yeah, I loved it. Record that, give it to him, and let's make it happen.
Yeah.
10% of all proceeds go to the show.
I'm glad that's why you're the legal beagle. That's why you did the Trestles deal. That's why you did the courthouse deal, because you stitch people up good and proper American style. There's no way back from that for them.
No.
Okay. Who's oh So you chuck a Zangief out, and OG, while you've been off, some things have happened. We're contractually obliged to read out Fat Zangief in what can be described as an orgasmic fashion. I've got the contract.
I can't see it on my list, so I feel like if you've got it in front of you, you should probably read
Fine.
to it.
I don't know why you're so scared of that. It's not real.
Very
It's just got
scared.
a bit of character acting. So I'm going to get into it, and you've got to guess what I'm Zangiefing over. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh. Hmm. Zangief!
Okay, easy. Remember Fraggle Rock
Yeah.
and those two little guys that were like teammates in the cave and going num 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 whatever sound they made?
Yeah.
Right there.
I didn't think you'd be able to get it from the way I just sort of threw it out, but
It was just it was an orgasmic bam, just hit me.
it bit you.
It hit me. It hit me.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm all in on the teeth, if I'm being honest.
Mhm.
So, okay. All right. Well, with that done, thank you to everyone who supports the show. Let's face it, we wouldn't be here without you. Well, we probably would because we're just really that annoying, but we do appreciate your support, every single last one of you. So, thank you very much. Update. I think the new version of the subs special video, instead of a quarterly Zoom meetup, we asked you guys what you wanted. Bizarrely, you wanted my gaming history, which RGT is writing the script for because he wants to interview me full parky. You know what it's like on Flashback. He gets his glasses on. I know he always wears them, but he's putting them on anyway for this moment. And he's going to ask me a load of questions about my gaming history. So I'm blind to them. So God knows what you're going to get. I think that's scheduled for recording Monday, Tuesday. So we'll get that out to you as soon as it's been edited and made look good. I think that's all that business. Thank yous and all that good stuff. We do appreciate you. But now, anyone who paid attention maybe at the start, who's listened to a few episodes or two, know we can't really go anywhere until I ask these gentlemen what they're happy to play. I shunned him at the front. So unshun. OG, what are you hoping to play, Shun?
Oh, I feel like I'm going to be watching more gaming related stuff this week and early next week with all the reveals and trailers and stuff.
Unshun. So what you're
Yeah.
saying to me is that you just want to look at pretty pictures on the internet. You don't want to get your hands sullied controlling the pictures.
I should probably pick up Ball X Pit now.
Yes,
Trial
you
has ended.
should, you frugal little dog. You can't tell me you
Yeah.
don't like it because when you showed me, oh, come round for a show and tell, George, you put a Ball X Pit up, and I'm literally on level 1, and I come across you with a Strawman megalopolis. People everywhere, towns, like looking up to you, like, oh, hello, Tom, how are you? We've been in this game so long, we've created our own AI algorithm and look up to you like a deity. That. And I witnessed like quite a large Ball X Pit town and a slew of characters. Now,
I will be playing some Age of Mythology.
oh,
Mm.
did
I play
you-
that quite regularly.
Did you hear the flashback where I went into full? It was a 2006 episode, so you can probably just cut to the bit where I talk about you, where I talked about
Battle for
your.
Middle Earth.
Oh, you've
Yes,
heard it.
I've heard it.
No, good. Were you happy?
It made
Did
me
you?
smile. I was very happy. Yes,
Good. He talked about me, mummy. Okay, all right. Sit down. It happens
I've had
every
my name
week.
read out on the radio.
Don't. That's one of the perks.
It is. Um, but yeah, that's about it. Yeah, for me.
Excellent. Let's switch to a real gamer. Not me, Bobby. Bobby, what you got? What you got in the what you got in the sack?
I'm gonna
Sack
finish. Well, I'm
magique.
not gonna finish. I'm gonna continue playing Lego Batman.
Right?
Uh, that's really
That's
just
that's
that is
done.
just taking over my life right now.
Do you feel like there's much left in there to get or not?
Yeah. I mean, I just started, so I'm super excited to see what's there. I mean, I know some of it from my brother, but it's definitely entertaining. I'll tell you that. It's really really good.
Okay.
I'm not saying game of the year, but I mean, it's let's see. I don't want to stop playing this
Hey,
game now.
listen, you know what the Ponces are like. If you want to put it
Yeah.
as your game of the year, you bloody
Oh,
can do.
100%. You can. Yeah,
Ponce's going
that's
to be
that's pretty
spicy
much
this
it.
January, isn't it?
I mean, I have so many games I bought and downloaded and like have wrapped still that I'm just gonna focus on Batman and get this done.
I think that's pretty indicative of this gen. I've never seen so much cellophane in my collection.
Oh yeah,
It's not great, but I've only got myself to blame. Okay, Bobby, is that you, Batman? You're
that's
Batmaned out? Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
fair play. Okay, well, we've gone from a gamer to a pro gamer to literally a casual noob who can barely get his way out of solitaire on PC, to be fair. But I'm going to tell you that I'm going to probably continue my Ball X Pit journey. I'm going to play some. Apologies because I didn't have the ring light on. So if you're watching this now and you're like, George, the image is garbage, it's on me. I could have turned it on, I forgot. Um, so a bit of that. I think I might want to go back to Vampire Crawlers because I don't want to leave that open. I need to get in, get that level finished, and then get across that bridge. I'm determined to get across it. It's close. It's close. Um, I'll probably decide to punish myself mentally and physically and go back to that last level of KOTOR, see if I can get it done. But something tells me I'm going to have to backtrack probably 30 hours, which is pretty demoralizing, to be fair. Maybe not that much, but certainly before the Starforge. And then I need to find somewhere that's just going to sell me infinite amounts of med packs. I can't see that happening, so I think I'm just going to get good and grind through it. Um, Other than that, some more Kingdom Come Deliverance probably, and then if I do get it done, probably a little bit of a. Oh, I don't know if the deal's still out there, so don't come to me for hot tips. But I've been umming and ahhing about getting Fallout on Switch too. George, you've already owned this game on everything else. Yeah. So what? That's what I do. I bought it. What of it? Now, I did actually do something that was quite frugal. So you're gonna, yeah, but George, you didn't spend more than the actual RRP, did you? Oh, I did. Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. I didn't just see that and buy it. Well, what I did do is I saw it. I thought, that's mildly intriguing to me. So I clicked on it and listed all the Bethesda games, and then it had some grouped up, and I was able to get Skyrim 2 Switch 2 Skyrim Switch 2 edition, latest gen, HD graphics, all that drivel, and Fallout for a combined price of £46. And it was only 42 for Fallout. Something tells me I feel like I got a bit of a deal. I also picked up while I was there, because I do enjoy it on PlayStation, but I do feel like it probably fits the Switch a bit more, especially when I'm away. And I do like the Portal, but my internet's not the best. So unless I own it in the PlayStation ecosystem, it can be a bit of a struggle. So having Trek to Yomi on the Switch 2, where I think it feels just sexy as all hell. It fits the screen. It just works right. I'm quite excited to tear into that on like small screen. Other than that, man, I think I am probably maxed out. So unless there's any more from you, gentlemen, I think we might be there.
No, that's it for me.
Silence is powerful.
Is
Okay.
anyone watching He-Man?
I want to watch it. I feel like it could be quite good,
I
but
think I might go crack a dawn Sunday morning and watch that movie.
Yeah, it looks good.
can you
That
FaceTime me and then where I can
get
maybe
that
watch it
matinee
with you?
special, you know?
Get that matinee mayonnaise special.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna slip down the corner house, grab yourself your free beverage. Just say UCP at the counter. Bam. That's
Done.
part of the deal. Get in
You
there.
barred.
You, you can't bar someone twice, Tom. It's effectively not possible. Well, that's all we have time for this week, listeners. Always thank you for your time. I look forward to the pleasure of speaking to you again next week. Until then, happy gaming. And remember, there's nothing wrong with being given an official controller. It's what you do with it that counts. See you guys.
Peace out.
See ya.